I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce memento. So this was an interesting request. I have been taking your requests, as you may know, for several months now, actually probably more than a year. So if you have a request you'd like to see me cover, you can leave a comment and I'll cover it in a future class. But looking at memento, we have two different ways we say this as native speakers. The first is how I've been saying it so far, memento, with a true T sound. This is because words that have the NT blend in American English, Americans tend to either leave that T out, or if that NT is together and we are saying the T, we use the same kind of T we do at the start of words. So there's a little puff of air, toe, memento. So thinking about it, it's just like I would say the word toe or toe. But you'll also hear people say words with NT without the T, in which case this would sound more like memento, memento. That one sounds a little strange to me. I think most of the time I personally will say memento with the T there. But a better example of that would be something like internet. You're often going to hear that as from American speakers as internet, and they'll leave that T out. It's not wrong to say internet, and we do a mix back and forth, but often we'll say internet, international, etc. So we don't always say those T's when there's NT. It's not, I would say it's no longer incorrect because it's so widely used. It's an acceptable additional pronunciation. Some people might disagree and they might be sticklers for using that T. But if you want to blend in and sound like others, it's not really an error anymore because it's so common. Okay, so back to memento. We have second syllable stress in memento, and we have the eh vowel, like in men or red. So watch out that your E's don't sound too tense. You don't want an A-like sound for this men vowel. It's a lax central vowel. You can try practicing, for example, 10, or red, or then, to be able to get that vowel to match. 10 men, for example. Even though we have another E in this first syllable, it's unstressed, and in this word it's going to sound more like an like a vowel schwa. To get that rhythm and those vowel sounds correct, try starting on the men, then add this as a short afterthought. Mento, memento, memento. You really want to be short and have a reduced vowel there. And then lastly, our TO has the O diphthong, so make sure you're holding that long enough. That's usually pretty easy for people at the ends of words like toe. They tend to have more of a tendency to do that shortened O, or make an error on that if it's by itself. So in memento, just allow the O to be long enough that your jaw closes and gets more relaxed into the second part of that diphthong, memento. When you can say memento by itself, you might want to practice in some short phrases. I'm going to try to say a mix of ones with the T and without the T just to see how it comes out naturally so you can hear how that sounds in real speech. He brought me a nice memento from the trip. I have many mementos from the past. Yeah, that sounds weird to me. I think for me it's much more natural to say memento. Her knickknacks and mementos were all over the house. Okay, maybe it sounds natural that way too. In this word, probably going with the T is going to make it clearer what you're saying, but you might hear both when you're listening to native speakers. Okay, thank you for this request. If you have a word you'd like to see me cover in our Word of the Day series, feel free to leave that in a comment on this video or any of my videos, and I'll add it to my list to cover in a future class. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as on Friday we'll have our live question and answer class. I hope to see you there. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye everyone. Thank you.